got to be 12 and a half. It's up for 13 grand.
It was manufactured in 1970.
It's an unworn yellow gold Sky Dweller.
This is original paperwork.
Are you looking to sell this then?
I'd guesstimated at £1,200.
We sold the Sky Dweller. It was a 2022 unworn for $39,500.
This watch was purchased in Jersey.
12.4. If that works, that's bottom about my price, honestly.
See this part here? It's like mountains.
A local guy called Paul Schofield. He's a saturation diver, I'm led to believe, and he makes his own watches. His watches are called Scurfer watches, and they are absolutely fantastic.
A lot of people go with the yellow gold one, and there's a high retail, so you would find some of them after were discontinued for sale in the 80s. They did hang about a little bit.
And it's available in store for...
So we've done a part exchange deal, Harry, so we've took in this discontinued Day 2 in yellow gold champagne with the diamond dial, and the gentleman's taken from us the Sky Dweller. Here it is here. It's an unworn yellow gold also Sky Dweller with the crisp white dial. It's a lovely looking watch. This watch was discontinued in 2015, I believe. Then it went to the Day 40. You know, with this combination, it's one of the more popular ones that you'll find with the champagne with the diamond, but I like it. It's a really nice watch, and I like the size of it. Depending on the conditions, so probably like 25 to 30k.
Right.
That's what it's worth.
That's the range.
And then the Day 40 is obviously slightly more, but with the list price being increased 3 times recently in Rolex, it's becoming even more expensive.
Yeah, the gold with the white dial, it's like a timeless combination, isn't it?
It is. Something like this as well. Even though it has got a few marks on the bracelet and things like that, it is a 2009 watch. So me personally, I would just leave it as it is. I wouldn't polish it. I would just leave it and let the next customer who buys it enjoy it. Yeah, unless he requests it to be polished.
Of course.
But for me personally, I would just leave it. It's a great looking watch, and it's a lot of watch for the money. We'll give it to the watchmaker, so you'll put it on testing machine to test it for accuracy. But the gentleman who will purchasing the watch off or doing the part exchange is quite particular with his watches, and he takes really good care of them, so I'm sure it'll be fine.
Back, and I thought I would have maximum effect and wear my lovely...
It's a mink coat, I can only assume.
It's minkish. So no animals have been harmed in the manufacture of this coat. We spoke on the last YouTube with the gentleman with the vintage Rolex. I got a fantastic phone call from him earlier in the week, and he'd said, I've managed to find the papers, everything. A credit to himself and his late father-in-law. That's Rolex paperwork, service paperwork, original Rolex paperwork, dealer paperwork, even the 2 little booklets that came.
Even the plastic wallet is a Rolex plastic wallet.
The plastic wallet is an original Rolex plastic wallet.
So Hendo, those papers, for what period did the papers look like that?
So this is mid to late 60s and early 70s. So this is original paperwork which is perforated, but on this age of paperwork there was nowhere to write the customer details on.
Okay.
When you went in store, you got this booklet. This is perforated as well, and this has the dealer details on. So this watch was purchased in Jersey. It was manufactured in 1970 and it was sold in 1971. We know from previous it has a lovely inscription on the back, which is 1971. It was a gift from a wife to a husband. That's a little bit of personal history. Again, everything with it. It's a lot of years since I've seen that booklet with a date. What is the bracelet called? And somebody that I'm going to put a big shout out to is a local guy called Paul Schofield. He's a saturation diver, I'm led to believe, and he has his own company and he makes his own watches. His watches are called Scurfer watches, and they are absolutely fantastic. They are dive watches. I have his very first original one, which I'll bring in one day, a follow on from this, and he's progressed into much better designed, much better functionality. Now, Paul put on that it was a Milanese bracelet. I don't think it is. I think Rolex class it as a mesh bracelet. It's very similar to a Milanese bracelet, but the Milanese bracelet is made up of lots of separate components. This is solid. This is...
I'd imagine maybe a Milanese bracelet is a certain pattern.
Yeah, well, it's a bracelet. It's the bracelet that you see on the modern Breitling Super Oceans. Out of respect, because I do respect the guy, but I think it's called a mesh bracelet. So we've talked about it. Obviously, it is now going online and it's available in store for £25,000. The pedigree of this and this all being intact, silly little things like it having your protective cushion. I just love all of this. I love all of this together. I'm not going to do anything to this watch. It has a couple of little repairs required in the bracelet. It's not polished. It'll stay like that for the next owner. If you want to purchase the watch and you'd like me to restore it, it will be serviced, included in the price. If you want the watch polished, if you want the bracelet repaired, that's up to the individual when you own the watch. I have only seen a couple of these in the last 10, 15 years. This is one of those watches that in time, people said, oh, that's not a Rolex. It hasn't got a Rolex bracelet on. So you would turn around and say, well, yes, it is. So a lot of people took the bracelet off, put a leather strap on. A lot of people changed them, went back to Rolex and said, can I buy a President bracelet? Put a President bracelet on. I spoke to an elderly watch dealer. There are people that are older than me. Spoke to him and he says, I've scrapped a few of them in my time. Sacrilege. I know how much Rolex quoted to replace this bracelet. I think it was about 2016. They wanted £22,000 for a new bracelet and clasp. Put that into perspective, it's virtually the price of the whole new watch.
I'm guessing it's because it would be a one-off special request.
Yeah, one-off special request. But because that watch was supplied like that, you can have it done. So, like I say, it's going online. Give us a little bit of feedback.
Blue Yacht-Master as well.
Is this the one I tried on the last time?
It might be a different. The exact same watch anyway, with box and papers. So I think this one is 2021, I want to say. 2021 with some stickers on. And then the James Cameron is, I want to say 2020. So that's a 44 mil and then that's a 43 mil. So it sits a little bit smaller on the wrist. Obviously if you're used to Breitling, it's not going to feel out of it. Yeah, exactly.
Is there any movement on your prices? If you can do as a deal, I'll buy one this morning.
So now we only have 2022 and that can be 12.5. That's up for 13,000. So that's our watch. So we've only got 2022, brand new.
What was it last time? Were you looking at a 21 last time?
You had a 21 in last time.
Right.
So
that's gone.
Yeah, so it's a good deal. You get a newer watch for the same price. And the Sea Dwellers are red right in it can be 12,750. It's 2022 on one with box and papers, and then the James Cameron is 13,250. 2020.
Josh, you're not talking to us.
It's gonna be 12.5. It's up for 13 grand. That's what we sold the other one for, 12.5, and it was a 2021. So you're getting a 2022 watch for the same price as a 21. It's a good deal. Yeah, it probably makes around £500 difference depending on which model it is.
So I'm registered with Rolex now. It's 9.7. So is it all movement?
It makes no difference what the retail price is. No, it's like a Daytona ceramic is retailed what now, like 11, 12 and it sells for 26 grand. You're never gonna get one. 5-10 year waiting list.
Can you order?
Yeah, exactly. So it all just goes on your spending history. So if you have no spending history, you're never gonna get one. We don't get them for retail price, so it's not like I can negotiate.
I've got spending history and they wouldn't serve me with a Submariner or a GMT.
Well, there you go.
Out to buy a Speedmaster. But I don't know how long it might be 2 weeks, it might be 2 years. So
it just depends what you want to do. If you want to watch now, you can take it today, or you can wait with Goldsmiths. It's up to you. But
would you buy them?
Yeah, we'll buy them.
So if the Rolex rung us and said, "Hey, your watch is here now,"
we'll either buy this one back. You're better to keep the one that you're getting from Rolex, so then you've got that watch, and then we'll just buy this one back and try and be as close to what you paid for as possible. It's no problem. It just allows you to have the watch now instead of obviously waiting however long.
Well, that's
with Rolex.
Comment, and that's comment, yeah.
So you're bridging the gap really, because when you sell it back, you're not going to lose too much money if it does come soon anyway. So that's entirely up to you. It's a good option. But yeah, that would be the best price. 12.5, 2022 boxing papers.
And is that full set as well?
Yeah, all of them are full set. Yeah.
So it's the best you could do on there.
The Sea Dweller Red.
Sea Dweller Red.
Sea Dweller Red.
The Sea Dweller is like quite a bit more expensive than the Submariner and whatnot.
Yeah,
The
retail
out of the
prices,
shop,
yeah.
isn't it?
11,150.
Yeah, so it's not actually that massively above. I can do that for 12.5. It's the same price. You want to pay 25 grand for two? 12.5 would be the best. That's boxing papers, unworn again.
So the Sea Dweller is the same price as my Yacht-Master?
Yeah, the Yacht-Master is a few thousand more than retail, whereas the Sea Dweller is only 1,500, give or take.
I love it.
Yeah? Okay, no problem. 12.4. If that works, but that's bottom price, honestly. And that is, as I said, 2022 boxing papers, unworn. Still got some stickers on, but that would honestly be bottom price. How would you like to pay? You want to pay?
Try on
You want to try? Yeah. Newcastle. Do you want to wear that? I'll set the date and time, or do you want it in the box? You want to put it on, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, it's spot on that.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's really good, thank you.
As long as it's good for you, it's okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. There you go.
Yeah, mate. How easy is that?
I'll just do your invoice as well. I just need a few details. So you would have seen probably 2 or 3 episodes ago, our customer came down, had a look at a few watches, had a try on after Yacht-Master 40 blue rhodium, Datejust 41s. He wasn't very sure. He sent it to his daughter, and his daughter said to hold off.
But
So
I think his heart was set on the
yeah,
Yacht-Master.
his heart was set on the Yacht-Master. He's came back in today, had another look. He's took the Yacht-Master, and I think he's got a good deal because he thought bringing a friend in and buying a watch, you'd get more discount. So we ended up selling him a 2022 model for the same price as the 21. Probably 2 days after he came in, the 21 sold that he was looking at. We had one with no papers, and then the 2022 that just came in last week. So he's took the 22 model. His friend also came in and took the Sea Dweller Red writing 43mm 126600, and that was another good deal. So that was 2022 12,400, and they're both happy, both out on the drink in the town. Hopefully they'll get some women.
I'm pretty sure it is the only one for sale in the UK, especially with the new
With
hands.
the new hands, yeah.
There are the ones for sale in the UK at the minute are very old, much older ones.
Yeah,
aren't they?
the older reference. Well, the same reference, but with the older hands.
Yeah, you can see the way the light's catching that is absolutely
Have a think.
Stunning.
We could do maybe a trade against
the
your
white
with,
one.
with your blue dial.
Yeah. What I'm trying to achieve here, gents, is to have ones that you're not going to see every day.
Yeah.
Oh, that feels nice. And this, with it being discontinued, is
Yeah, I don't even think there's any still in England. 116689, I
I
believe.
don't know if that's too big for my wrist.
You know what? I think you'll get away with that. I'm not just saying that in case you buy it, but I'm saying normally the rule is if the lugs hang over the wrist, that's definitely too
That's too
big.
big.
But it doesn't
I've
work
got
out the
this
place.
little there, and everything sits beautifully.
And you know what?
There's 2 for sale. One's 44k old, and there's one which is ours, is 39,000. How old is it? It's 2020, isn't it? I think.
Is that the year it discontinued?
So these watches, because the high retail, and you find with these sort of things, a lot of people go with the yellow gold one, and there's a high retail, so you would find some of them after were discontinued for sale in the 80s.
Because they hung about a little bit.
They did hang about a little bit. But on Chrono, there's literally only 73 available for sale on Chrono 24, where if you go yellow gold, you can tell the difference. There is 164.
I've got to be honest with you, gentlemen, as I explained to Josh and what the experience this morning is, I was trying to build a relation. I'm not going to, he sends a price, I'm not going to start haggling over 500 quid or, you already sell yours cheaper than anybody else. Everyone's got to make money. And
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with that.
we price watches for them to move.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's worth taking a look on somewhere like Chrono and having a look at the different GMT meteorite dials.
Same
For
with
me, is really nice.
Do you know what's nice about it? There's a lot more light in it than
Do you see
dark.
when you move it?
Yeah.
The difference.
Some of the meteorite dials when have more dark in than it seems than this one.
See this part here? It's like mountains. Can you see that on the camera when you move it? It is a really special dial.
How long ago did you buy this?
Probably about 2011, 2012.
They pretty much still make it, and it's nearly exactly the same.
It's a different movement.
Yeah, it is. It's different.
That's the Heslite version, isn't it?
It is, yes.
I've not had a lot of success with mainsprings. I snapped 2 mainsprings in the past. Now, I don't think that I'm over aggressive in winding it.
So is that twice in the last 20 years then?
In the last I've only about 11, 12 years, so yeah, went down to Swiss time services, and within about 3 months the mainspring snapped again.
It's just for a service. I've got your telephone number, I'll just confirm.
Yeah.
And I'll get them to give you a call. That's your copy.
Okay.
That's my name and telephone number on the bottom. That's the shop's number there.
Right, well.
And that's everything you need just to say that we've got the watch. You keep that.
I've got another Ville chronograph, an old. Now this is 25 years old, but it's not a watch that I ever wear. I've got all the papers for it.
It's a nice looking watch. Are you looking to sell this then?
Yeah, I'm interested in, if you're interested in buying it. At the time, I bought it in '98 from Watches of Switzerland at Brent Cross. And at the time, it was the watch on the front of the catalogue.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was a fairly rare watch in the UK, but also it was a big watch in its day.
Right.
Yeah, it is. It's got quite a deep case for a DeVille.
Same movement as that.
Really?
Yeah, it's got the same movement as the Speedmaster in it.
So it's manual wind?
It's a manual wind coaxial, yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. And I've got all the papers. I haven't put the bill of sale in there, but I've got that. And that was serviced quite a few years ago, probably about 2011 in Lanes in Edinburgh.
Can you remember how much you paid for it?
It was about 1250, 1300, something like that.
It's a stainless steel piece, yeah?
Yes, it is, yeah. Yeah. It came either with a metal bracelet or more commonly the croc strap on it. Nice enough dress watch, but
So do you wear your Speedmaster? Is that your daily watch?
Yeah, pretty much a daily watch. Yeah,
I like
yeah, yeah. Oh, it's a lovely watch. It's just to say I think I'm quite kind of mechanically astute, but and I don't wind it to the end stop. I probably wind it 27 times every couple of days.
Yeah.
But you feel it go slack and you think, mainspring snap. This time it's not a mainspring, it's just running slow. But I think it's possibly ingested a bit of moisture.
Right.
Yeah.
Same again. I'll get Hendo to have a look at it if you don't mind. I can't relate any of them numbers to either that watch or find the model on it. It didn't.
Sure.
In the past, it has a serial number on it.
Right.
A docket number, but it doesn't have the model number on.
Okay.
So
well,
I'm sure I'll find it with a little bit of research.
Yeah, sure. Well, I said
if you want
to leave it.
Yeah, if you're wanting it serviced and what have you, then.
Not service, just evaluation. Unless.
Right. Okay. I'll make a note of that now, and I'll let Hendo know exactly what you want.
Sure.
Right, so the Sky Dweller, that was a white dial that was sold. In terms of the market, where does the white dial sit compared to the black or the champagne?
So the Sky Dweller in yellow gold comes in 3 dials. It comes in black, champagne and white. Normally in the market B2B, you see the white dial going for slightly less than the other 2 dials.
Right.
That's probably just due to popularity. But saying that, when you do want a white dial, it's always hard to find.
So what's the spread? Is it maybe like a 2 to 3k difference
couple
between...
Couple of grand. So we break down that last deal. We sold the Sky Dweller. It was a 2022 unworn for 39,500.
Right.
Was the listed price, but the guy decided to part exchange one of his watches, which we showed earlier was the Day 2. So he part exchanged and paid the difference. He also had a chocolate Sky Dweller in his collection, and he felt like he wanted to have the yellow and the chocolate, so he had the 2 options.
This is his daughter's watch, which is in platinum, and I'd guessed around about £1,200. So I've removed the movement, which is a bit of weight. So we have a case back, and so this is metal. I'd guesstimated at £1,200. It's actually £1,180 today's value. And the next one is his wife's gold watch, and unfortunately I automatically presumed that this one was 18 karat gold. So I'd said approximately 800 quid for this. This is 9 karat gold, and it's £400 ish I don't know whether it was £408, the metal content, the scrap value. Not a fan of it, but there's no value in the watches other than the metal.
All right then.
Thank you.